All right, it's been a while since I've used Traktor, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to open it up again after, like I said, it's been a few years. So I know I keep saying this. I figured like I'll just show you, but I opened up where my products are in Native Instruments, like my serials and all my downloads, just to like go through. All this stuff says it's not registered, but I don't know why. So let's go through registered products, and here you can see where it all started. Traktor DJ Studio. Like, look at that. The serial number is much shorter than they are now, even. But look at all this Traktor Final Scratch. Then we went to Studio 2.5, Studio 3. Yeah, it's crazy going back and looking at all this. Traktor Scratch Pro. It's like stepping back in time. Stepping back in time, and all this stuff is like my expansions for the most part. Yeah. All right, so I just wanted to show you that because I thought it was interesting. Going way back. So I have not opened up Traktor in a long time. And yeah, I opened it up and it was all coming back to me. Basically, I've been using a Pioneer controller, and that's been Serato. I switched to that, a few years ago. Like I said, I haven't been DJing professionally, meaning I haven't been DJing to get paid. So I've been recreationally DJing, and not as much as I actually used to. So, yeah, and so I had switched over from Native Instruments. Just sort of felt like, I don't know, with the controllers and the software, it just wasn't going where I wanted to, or maybe I just needed a change, right? Maybe I just needed to spice things up, and that's why I went to Serato. But whatever the case, here we are, and excited to check out Traktor Pro 3. Again, it's been a while since I'd opened this. It looks like it's, refreshed. I like the way the screen looks. It's very nice and pleasing to the eye. I don't have a controller for this as of yet, so it's just on my desktop. But I look forward to playing around with it. I mean, it's robust, and I think that's what's fun. You can have the remix sets, you can have the stems, you can really like slice and dice things and mix it up. I think the effects look really cool. But I was just playing around with it, had my own music in here. Playing around with loading stuff down here. It's funny to think back in the day when I first started out with Traktor, like there were no controllers. Do you believe that there was a time when there were literally no controllers? So when the fact that you were deciding you were going to try this new technology software, it literally was you and your mouse. You were a mouse DJ. There just were no other options. Literally, people started, wanting controllers, and there was a push, and then there was like MIDI capability, so people were like hacking controllers. And yeah, anyway, when the first controllers came out, it was really exciting. which, by the way, I actually was reminiscing with the content, the community guy at Native Instruments about some of the controllers early on, the Vestex, and just sort of having a flashback, because some of the controllers I forgot that I owned and I used. And then I was thinking about one of my favorite, which was the Allen and Heath Zone 4D, I think it was. And I say favorite just because it was like one of the later ones, and it was a good mixer, and I had it sort of set up. I had my MIDI mapping set up the way I liked it. Yeah, but it's crazy to think that controllers really, what they've gone through, the history of the controller, and just that back in the day, like Native Instruments, they didn't even have a controller. They didn't have hardware. It was Vestex was the first company that came out with a really nice controller that I think DJ Tech Tools, Ethan, he had worked, or Ian, I always say Ethan. Anyway, he had worked on I think developing it with them, and it was really cool. And then I had through DJ Tech Tools, I got the arcade version of that, so it had like the arcade buttons. Yeah, flashback. Anyway, you wanted to see what this looked like. So yeah, I mean, it's really what's expected. You have all the different modes. So you have your essential. So, you look at the bare minimum, extended, browser, mixer. Depending on how you want to, set some of these things up here. There's your cue points. You can bring that down. In terms of setting up the third and fourth deck down here for what you want it to be, I think that's actually driven off the preferences. Let's see, transport, decks layout, deck layout, track, yeah. So deck flavor. So when you actually start the program, it asks you, what's the flavor you want. So it depends what your style is, what your mixing style is. So right now I have on track, stem, and I put on remix, but you can, if you're all tracks, you can see how it changes. So it really just depends on how you want it set up. I don't know how easy that is to change on the fly. Not sure, haven't dove into that yet. You can choose how you want to see them. So maybe you want to, that's advanced, I didn't mean to do that. Want to see them all full. Obviously, you're going to take up a lot of real estate on your screen here by doing that, but you can choose to do that. So let me change this back. But yeah, you really get an idea of all the things that are customizable, and this wasn't the case. I'm quite sure it's been a while, but I don't believe there was as much customization in the past. Yeah, deck header. I mean, you've always had the opportunity to change the deck header, what's most important to you. But for me, it seems like there are a lot more options, and that just maybe because the capability of the software does a lot more now, but I don't remember there being so many options before. One thing I always liked about Traktor is the capability to really change the size of a font and the height and all that down to the nitty gritty. Like you pick the font size, like a lot of other programs, it's just like small, medium, and large. So if you don't like one of those, you can't really customize it and tweak it anymore. So I think that's always been really cool about Traktor. All right, and like I said, I don't have a controller hooked up. So everything you'd expect, but maybe more than there used to be. Yeah, I mean, there's not really like a ton to say from here, because without a controller and without really like digging in with a controller, I just don't feel like it has the same impact, and right now, and it's sort of hard to, like, that's the other thing I have to figure out is when you're demoing or showing Traktor and what it can do, it's obviously you can't play any commercial songs because the video would be struck with a copyright violation. So that's why I have my own songs loaded up, or when I think this is by default, I think Traktor comes with like some of these stems that they call stems, and other little things for like doing remix sets. So I don't know, there's not much for me to really talk about. I'm excited to dive into getting a controller and using this some more. I think that's going to be fun. But for now, like really, I just feel like there's not a ton to show you here. And yeah, I'm curious, like, I wonder what most people like to use. I would think it's this extended. I feel like you get to see a lot with the extended. The essential just feels like way too little. Browser's good when you're looking through things. Most people aren't going to need the mixer, because this was like back in the old days. If you're just like using the software on your computer, you're obviously going to need a mixer, right? Because how else are you going to mix? Whoops, wrong. Bring that back so I can mix it. So you can, I literally could do it right with your software. I mean, you don't need a controller, but you know, if you're using a mouse, it's hard, right? I mean, you're using a mouse to basically move your fader back and forth. And the same, you can change levels here, up and down. Yeah, I don't know what else there really is to show you. So please don't give this video a thumbs down. I promise that there's more to come. There's more to come, and it's bound to get more exciting. But thank you to Native Instruments for giving me a copy of this early, letting me get it on my computer. I do appreciate that, and I'm just having a lot of flashbacks, reminiscing about Traktor, and I'm sort of hoping, like, I had gotten a little bored with DJing. I hate to say that, but you know, when you're DJing like 4 nights a week and it becomes a source of income for you, you sort of like lose some of the joy that you had when you were doing it in the small bars and clubs. And yeah, you know, that's just what happens, I think, in life. You start getting paid a fair amount of money to do something, and you just lose your passion. So yeah, I hate to say that, right? It becomes a job. But yeah, so a sense of nostalgia here, and I'm just really excited to get back into DJing. I think, you know, with the production work that I'm doing and just the excitement with music now, and just everything that's really going on with technology, it's a really, really exciting time to hop back in. And I really need the outlet for creativity. I miss DJing so much. And hey, who knows, maybe I'll grab a few gigs around town, and maybe just for fun. Maybe I don't even get paid, and it's just something that's a hell of a good time. As that's what's so great about, I think, music, is it takes you away, whether you're playing it or you're listening to it. It takes you away. And I think that in today's like busy world with lots of stuff going on and lots of noise in other places, it's nice to just come back to the music, and ground yourself with that, in the sense that you can lose everything else outside of the music for that moment. And yeah, I think that's important for all of us. I think we need that. So on that note, getting a little deep there, thanks for watching this video, and tune in for the next one. I hope to be coming at you with more DJ videos, and I think I'm going to dive into some business stuff. Maybe, yeah, I think that'd be helpful for people. I did have a like I was saying, getting paid. I had a pretty successful DJ business where I did weddings and other events, And it was fun. It was fun. Like I said, though, you start DJing a lot and you get burnt out, and especially weddings, right? Because I don't know how to say it this way, but not that you can't be creative, but there is a certain expectation at a wedding in order to make that event, that 5 hours in time, what it needs to be. And often that requires playing songs that you're tired of listening to. I think that's a really nice way to say it. So yeah, so I'll come at you with more on that because I've had a lot of experience, and I think it's a good side gig for people. You know, if you're a lot younger and you want to get out there and you want to hustle and you want to make some money, there is money to be had in that industry. So if I can help you out doing that, and you're not burnt out, you're excited to go, then that's awesome. And I'll help you get out there and do that. All right, I'll see you soon.